Hey, what's up guys? It's Hayden.
Hey, and I'm Emma. Welcome back to our channel. Thank you for joining us once again. First of all, apologies for our audio. I hope it is translating how we hope. We won't know until we're in the editing.
Yes.
But we have unfortunately had some issues with our lapel mics, and we've now resorted to the tabletop microphone.
Suffice to say, I left a battery in the lapel mic and it decided to explode.
Anyway, we are reviewing another TV show today, another Netflix original, and we liked it.
Yeah.
But then again, I think it's pretty easy to please us.
We're pretty easy to please. We're pretty chill. I mean, it takes a lot for us to hate a movie.
Yeah.
We like pretty much everything.
Yeah, it takes a lot for us to really dislike something.
Yeah.
We generally are quite positive in our reviews, I think.
Except for Six Underground. Fuck that movie.
But why?
This one was good.
Yeah.
And worth your time. It was called Cursed.
Yeah, so Cursed follows Katherine Langford, who plays Nimue, who is a fae. And she has this magical sword passed down to her from her mother and is told to deliver it to the wizard Merlin. And if you haven't guessed already, yes, this is a retelling of the King Arthur legend, which includes characters like Arthur and Merlin. But unlike that story, which I feel like it's been told a million times now and has kind of been told to death, this puts a little bit of a twist on it. So the characters are not kind of how we remember them from those legends, and the story itself is a lot more violent and dark and gory, and in my opinion, a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I dig all that stuff, so I really respected the show for doing that. It's also based off a graphic novel from the minds of Thomas Wheeler, I believe, and of course Frank Miller. If you don't know Frank Miller, he did stuff like Sin City, which I'm a big fan of. I love Sin City. So yeah, I kind of love like his input and what he did in this one.
Yeah, I really liked what they did with this. This is the sort of stuff that I want to see. I really am enjoying the real high fantasy stuff at the moment. I love The Witcher. I love this, and I'm glad to see that Netflix is kind of taking on shows like this and going down this path.
I think everyone's looking for the new Game of Thrones. I feel like everyone's looking for that next kind of hit.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not sure if this is it.
No,
yet. It's too early to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be. The Witcher maybe. I think it's got potential. We'll see. But no, I really like what they did with Cursed. I liked the spin on the story. You know, it is a story that we have heard a lot over the years. But this was still quite an original retelling. And we had some really good cast members. Katherine Langford, yes, was our leading lady. And if you're familiar with 13 Reasons Why, she was the lead in that. Obviously for the first season at least. And you know, it took a bit of adjusting through the first episode or two.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about how I felt about her character in the first maybe couple of episodes. It took me a while to get used to her. I think just probably because I'm used to seeing her in 13 Reasons Why, and I feel like she's almost like typecast as that character now. I know it's hard for actors like that, you know, like Daniel Radcliffe, you know, actors that kind of get known for this certain role and then trying to escape that, and that's all they're kind of remembered for. But I think she kind of proved herself to me, and I ended up, you know, really enjoying the character.
Yeah, I think by the end of the show, I was pretty happy with her casting. I thought she did a good job. You know, she wields a sword, she gets on horseback, you know. She had to have done a bit of training for that role. So I think, you know, props to her. Now we also had Devon Terrell as Arthur. Now I thought he was a really refreshing pick for this role as well. He did a great job. Easy on the eye.
Yeah, he was good. He was really good. And I think he played the role really well. He had that, this Arthur is not all, you know, straight down the line good guy. Like, he's got a bit of an edge to him, and I kind of like that. And I think Devon played the role really well. You know, he read that line between, you know, really good, you know, huh?
Rode that line.
Yes, on his horse. He rode the line.
You said read that line.
He read that line. He read the line. He rode the line. Between, you know, good-hearted good guy and a bit of kind of like a mercenary scallywag. And we kind of see his kind of journey and that kind of, you know, that kind of struggle between him, that struggle, between just trying to be good, but then also trying to get a bit of like pride and self-respect back, and trying to escape those kind of mercenary scallywag roots of his, So that was good. And of course, our favourite character was played by Gustaf Skarsgard, who played Merlin the Wizard.
Yes.
We love Gustaf. We loved him in Vikings as Floki. We just love the whole Skarsgård clan. They're just a talented bunch.
They are very talented.
Talented bunch.
Talented family.
But he kind of stole the show for me a little bit. He was just fantastic as Merlin. And it was a Merlin that we're not really used to seeing. It was a bit of a different take on Merlin. He was a bit of a drunk and a dropkick, rather than like the all-powerful, respected wizard that we've come to know.
But yeah, no, really, really cool cast. And just the overall effects as well. Like I really like what they did with the intro, but also the graphics that they've used in the intro, but also the graphics that they've used to do transitions in the show as well was very new and original, I thought. I assume paying homage to the graphic novel that it is based from. I haven't read the novel, but I assume that that's what the graphics look like. But that was really cool, and I wonder if maybe a bit of a clever way to get around maybe some tricky shots that maybe they couldn't fit into their budget as well.
I think they just used it as a way of transitioning. I don't think it was a way to kind of get around shots. I think it was just their way of doing like some really creative and interesting transitions between scenes. And I think that worked, and it added like a nice little style and flavour to the show that kind of set it apart.
Yeah, so that was nice to see. And yeah, maybe paying homage to the book for those for the graphic novel lovers. Yeah, and it was good to also see some practical makeup effects in there again. I mean, I think they could still go a bit further, push that a bit more, but maybe it's a budgeting thing. I hope we get a second season. Like, no spoilers, but it did leave on a bit of a cliffhanger, so surely there's going to be a second season.
Hopefully, as long as I guess the people get behind it and the demand for a second season is there.
Yeah.
Which I hope there is. I think it deserves it. A lot of first seasons are going to have a lot of kind of setup, a lot of characters, and sometimes it doesn't, I guess, flow as well, and it might take a little bit more to get into. But I think for a first season, I think it interested me enough. It got me hooked enough that I want to see more. Yeah. And it kind of got me hooked without me even knowing. It was like I was just watching it. I didn't really think... I wasn't blown away. Like, I was enjoying it. I wasn't blown away until it was like... This one episode, this one scene, was like this big action sequence, right? And then it kind of ended right in the middle of it and left it on a bit of a cliffhanger. And then I'm turning to you and I'm like, so we're watching the next one, right? And it's like midnight, and I'm like, what? We've got to get to bed. I'm like, well, no, I just want to see what happens next. And I was like, oh man, I'm actually like really hooked on this show.
Really invested in it. Yeah, it actually, I have to agree with that. It was a show that kind of took me surprised.
It subtly hooked you in. It wasn't like a real kind of giant fish hook. Yeah. It just grabbed you by the cheek and pulled you in. It was like it was a subtle one that kind of, subtly dug itself into your skin and just slowly just tugged you a little bit.
Know when to stop. I sense that I should stop.
Whatever metaphor you like, but yeah, no, we enjoyed it. It was good. I definitely think it's worth checking out. Very beautiful looking show, really well acted and written, and good to see a good diverse cast as well. I really did enjoy that as well.
As much as the haters want to bloody hate on it for whatever
haters
reason.
Haters
gonna hate. Like just because what I like to do when I watch a show or something is I do like to read other reviews and stuff and kind of see what other people are thinking. And sometimes that helps me, I guess, view the show in another light and give me a much more rounded opinion. And a lot of what I saw was people complaining about, just how woke it is. And I'm going to be honest, I'm fucking sick of hearing that damn word. I hate that word with a passion. And yeah, I hate that we're in that spot right now where creators can't do anything without being criticized for apparently trying to push an agenda. And I get there's some shows that do that have like a message or more of an agenda than others. I don't think this is that kind of show. I don't think any of the elements were pushed down your throat enough. and didn't take away from the story enough that you could say it was trying to push an agenda. I just think that those elements were what was best for the story.
Yeah.
And I think us as audience members kind of need to just have a bit more of an open mind about that kind of stuff.
It's 2020, people.
Yeah, that's, having a strong female character, an African-American Arthur, and a lesbian couple. That should be just as normal as having a straight white male as your lead.
Yeah.
Like, that should be just as normal. And I think until we actually get to that stage, we're going to be kind of living in the bloody 70s again. Like we just haven't progressed.
Sorry, people from the 70s, if you went like that, but
yeah, it just feels like we're taking like steps forward in those areas, but it always feels like we're taking like two steps back again. So yeah.
I mean, what's the alternative? They don't do a cast like this, and then they get criticized for not keeping up with the times.
Keep in mind too, it was based on a graphic novel. It's not like this is just this come out of nowhere. The scriptwriters this just came out of nowhere. This is based on a graphic novel, so it's got source material. Again, not that we've read it, so we're not sure if those elements are in there or not, but
I think it was really good.
I think it was good.
That they went.
I didn't have an issue with it. I mean, if you are watching this and see an African American playing Arthur, and rather than judge him based on his acting,
which is
and rather than judge him on his acting, you're judging him on the color of his skin, then I think you're the problem, not the show, not the character. You're the problem.
Mic drop.
No, please don't drop my mic. We've broken enough microphones. No. That's just my 2 cents. I think we all need to kind of get over that shit. We just need to take the show for what it is and judge it on its merits, not on all this other bullshit that we want to make a big deal about. That should be the norm.
Absolutely.
That should be the norm just as much as a strong white male character.
Yeah.
And another thing that I heard people have a bit of an issue with was the tone of the show. So they were saying that it felt a little bit tweeny, but then it had like those violent, gory elements, and they were saying it didn't feel like it had its own identity. And look, my argument to that would be, and look, I'm just picking fights with everyone at the moment.
He's in a mood.
I'm in a mood.
His microphone
My microphone died. I'm in a mood. I'm going to take it out on everyone else. So my argument to that would be, I think we should stop kind of putting everything in like this cliche and the stereotype box and think everything needs to have a certain look or feel to it. I love shows and movies that try to blend different elements, different feels and tones, and come up with something that's original.
Yeah.
So rather than just having this really grim, dark telling of King Arthur, which they could have done, and would have worked just as well. They decided to have, the fairy world, the fae world is actually quite vibrant and rich in colour, and actually has a bit more of that, kind of tweeny look to it, that clean kind of vibrant tween look to it.
Yeah, very fairy tale.
Yeah, very fairy tale, I think is what I was getting at, very fairy tale. But then incorporated the dark elements, but I think it all worked together. Yeah. I think it had its own identity.
It was different.
It was different.
It was unique in its own way, and I think that's what we need more of. I like when a show kind of goes a little bit out of the box, or takes elements from one genre and another, and gives us something a bit more refreshing. So this show is really good, definitely worth your time. Also, please give us a like and a subscribe. I know people say this all the time at the beginning and end of their videos, but a subscribe really does help us. It really does help our channel to grow, and let us know that you actually like what we're doing, because we just keep putting this stuff out and hope that people are responding how we want, but without the subscribers it's hard to tell. Yep. So
we check the analytics. We know that a lot of you watching are not yet subscribed, so please do that.
And we'll catch you in the next one, whichever show or movie that will be.
So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
See ya.